I realized I was going nowhere in life, probably similar to what you're doing right now. I was not doing the work I know I needed to do. I was not training when I know I needed to. And anything that constituted me reaching my goals and getting what I want, I wasn't doing, and I was avoiding it at all costs. I realized if I was going to continue on the path I was on, I was going to stay broke, stay skinny, and stay lonely, no chicks, if I continued doing what I was doing. There was a turning point I realized where nobody was going to change my life for me. Nobody was going to work on my business for me. Nobody was going to work on my body for me. And nobody was going to transform my life except for me. There was a couple things I needed to do to actually get out of this rut of staying broke, staying lonely, staying small. We're going to go through them today. When you're starting off your self-improvement journey, you have this weird thought that people actually care about you succeeding. First of all, everyone is in it for themselves. Second of all, when you actually do succeed and get above other people, while they say they may be rooting for you at the start and wanting you to do well, you notice once you get ahead of them, they actually start tearing you down a bit. They support you when you begin because you remind them of their dreams to succeed. But when you get ahead of them, they think you're too big for your boots, you're too good for them. And that's the point I'm gonna get you to, is once you get haters, that's how you know you're doing well, is because you know you're actually ahead of people. I had to learn how to work harder, because when I began my journey of self-improvement, self-transformation, going to the gym, training, boxing, all of these things, business, I thought people were going to be able to help me out. I thought I was going to get handouts along the way. And as soon as you start your journey of actually working on yourself, you realize, one, that isn't true. And two, it's actually a lot harder than you think. Stage one of getting the skill to actually work hard to win, succeed in your business, life, training, is accepting. What are we accepting exactly? I need you to accept the fact that you are the only one that is going to do the work for you. Nobody's going to go out of their way to build your business. Nobody's going to go out of the way to train your body physically in the gym and move your arms and lift those weights. And nobody's going to deliver you women on a plate. Once you've ticked this box of acceptance, we can finally move on to the second bit. So we've ticked the box, you accept you are where you are right now because it's your fault, first of all, and that nobody's going to help you get out of your situation. So what do you actually do now? How do you get the skills to actually work hard and push forward when no one else is going to do it for you? So now you're going to have to do twice the amount of work you thought you were going to have to do. You're going to have to get very comfy in these hard times of work. Everyone knows the quote, hard times create strong men. And it's true. You've been going through easy times, and easy times create weak men, and that's why you're weak. You've been getting handouts from when you were a child to now, and now you're actually getting into the real world and realize people aren't going to keep feeding you once you're over the age of 12. People aren't going to keep giving you money to go to the shops. You can't ask mum and dad for money anymore. You have to see the journey as good when it's going hard, not bad. So that's step two, realizing that the hard times are actually beneficial for your success, because we can kind of XP farm this shit. If you're a bit of a gamer, you understand this concept. You gain XP in the skill of working hard, so you can actually level up your work skill. And there's some neuroscience to this. I won't go too into that, the anterior mid-cingulate cortex or the Andrew Huberman type shit. We're just gonna focus on the basics. How do you actually level up your work skill? Cultivating hard times for yourself in a controlled environment is going to make you a stronger version of yourself. There's a couple ways you can do this daily, but there's also some big challenges you can do. We're gonna start off with the daily habits, some actionable steps for you to write down right now. So we've got this mini hard times section where we're going to pretty much XP farm our work skill with little mini sections of hard times throughout the day, throughout the week, and throughout your life that are gonna level up your skill so you can actually work hard, get the results you want, get the success you want. There's a couple different things that I did on my journey. First thing was pretty basic self-improvement one, called exposure. All of these things that I'm gonna write down here have to be something you don't want to do. So I recently stopped doing this as consistently as I did because I started actually enjoying it and it wasn't giving me that hard times feeling. It was easy for me. Training daily, specifically in a way that you don't actually want to train, whether that's incorporating some running into your training, some cardio, you lazy fat fuck. Whether that's incorporating some things you're scared to do, like boxing and sparring and getting in the ring, or whether it's actually sweating during one of your weights workouts and actually working hard for once. Another mini hard time could be reading for you. This worked for me because I'm super dyslexic and it's actually very difficult for me to read. It's a strenuous activity, so it cultivates that hard time feeling, like I don't want to do this right now, but you're pushing through. And then you gain that skill of pushing through hard times, which is a direct correlate to success. Is correlate a word?
Correlation.
Correlation. It directly correlates to your success. The nuance with this is that these activities have to be hard for you. Again, you're not gonna gain the skill of pushing through something that's difficult. The more you do these things and the harder they are, the more XP you get from farming them, if that makes sense in gamer terms. Now we're gonna move on to big hard times. These ones are a bit scarier. These big challenges are gonna be the types of things to get XP that are gonna give you exponential results. Like when you kill the Ender Dragon in Minecraft, it gives you the most XP. But when you kill a pig, like the cold showers and the reading daily, it gives you a little XP often. But these big challenges are gonna give you that exponential growth, 10 levels at once. A big challenge I recently completed was a boxing fight, actually 3 of them. The fight itself in the moment was that kind of Ender Dragon battle where you're gaining all the XP at once, pushing through, walking up to the ring, being scared as fuck, fighting as hard as you can for as long as you can. But also all the mini XP along the way for these big challenges, like the training every day when you don't want to, the going on 10K runs when you don't want to, when your legs are sore, when your arms are tired, when your brain hurts. The big challenges are good because they give you that double dose. They give you the mini XP from the journey itself, but also the big launches of XP, the exponential growth from actually completing the challenge. Now, it doesn't have to be a boxing fight. It can be something big relative to you. And again, it's all relative. There's nuance to this. Posting your first YouTube video could be one of those, starting the first step on your business journey. Another way to farm XP is cutting off people who are holding you back. Big decisions like this, again, these big challenges, removing entire friend groups of people that you may have grown up with, you may have had heaps of good memories with, but you know aren't going to be the friends that are going to be there in the good times. When you're bowling, when you're jacked and going to the gym, like they're not there. Cutting off these groups of people is going to completely change your life. That's why it actually gives you this massive XP boost. Buying a gym for me was probably one of the biggest challenges I've gone through over the last year after these boxing fights. Buying this gym was very difficult work. The whole process was strenuous, working 12-hour days to try to figure out everything, learning new skills along the way, all those mini XP boosts, and then also buying the gym, elevating my status. There's a bit more credibility towards me. I can run my own business out of this facility. So that was another big challenge I went through this year. Because of these 2 things that I've done this year, these 2 massive things, I have got 2 massive exponential boosts in my personal experience level. And that's why I'm so much further ahead than other guys my age, is because I'm willing to do these hard, big challenges and not just focus on these mini things. And actually focusing on in the first place, like you're watching this video, you're doing pretty well. Focusing on the mini things is like step 1, that's gonna get you ahead of 50% of people. But step 2 is these big fuck off challenges that actually launch your progress. You get those exponential results we've been talking about. And the best thing about these big challenges, like we talked about, nobody cares. They'll pretend to care for a moment. They'll give you props and a pat on the back when you buy a gym, when you win a fight. This is all temporary. After that, everything goes back to normal. All that's happened is that you've gained the XP to then create more of these moments because you're a higher level man. And also you've got some sick photos for your Instagram. Because I understand this concept of farming XP in the hard times, I've created a 6-week challenge for all the boys in my program called Polarize. This is a massive plug, but I'm not ashamed to plug it to you because I know how much it's gonna help you. We include all the mini challenges that you need along the way, all those daily habits that are gonna get your XP up gradually, and a few big challenges as well, but they're a secret for the boys in the program. If you wanna learn a little bit more about that, we have the link below, polarizeyourself.com/initiation. A 6-week challenge where you can completely level yourself up, get those exponential gains, and learn how to finally work hard. So you realize nobody is gonna save you, nobody's gonna change your life for you. You have to do these things to get the body you want, get the girls you want, get the money you want. So we've included everything that you need to know and help along the way in this 6-week challenge to train hard, work hard, and finally make progress. It'll be in the link below, www.polarizeyourself.com/initiation. Let's farm some XP together. If you enjoyed this video, drop a quick like and a comment below, any questions that you may have, or respond to them ASAP. Subscribe as well. Have a good one, bro.